Is Bernie Sanders a threat to Hillary? Everybody would agree Sanders from Vermont, the senator from Vermont, is the most liberal member of the U.S. Senate. In fact, he isn't even a Democrat. He describes himself as a socialist and runs for Senate as an independent and just caucuses with the Democratic Party. And he's always been something of a loose cannon as the most left-wing member of the Senate. Now he's stoking the idea that he might run for president. He's 71, but, you know, Hillary's 66. And Sanders may be a left-wing alternative to Hillary. Now, everybody agrees that Elizabeth Warren would be a more effective left-wing alternative, but she swears she's not running. So we may go through a process here where the one candidate, Sanders, smokes out the other one, Warren, and gets her to run, in much the same way that in '68 Eugene McCarthy ran as an anti-war candidate, but nobody gave him a chance. He came from nowhere. And he was encouraging Bobby Kennedy to run, which he ultimately did, which was really the step that forced Johnson out of power. There was clearly an opening for a left-wing alternative to Hillary in the Democratic Party. In Sanders' quasi-announcement, an interview with Nation magazine, he said that the old-style Clinton politics, the same old was something he said, is not the style of politics that'll work in the United States. He said the Rubin style of politics, meaning after Treasury Secretary Bob Rubin, who came to Clinton directly from Goldman Sachs and returned and brought this whole interconnection between the Democratic left and the big banks on Wall Street that led to this kind of crony capitalism that's reached its apogee in the Obama White House with the printing of money that goes right into the pockets of Wall Street. And Sanders understands that. He understands that income inequality is two facets. It's raising the middle or the bottom, but it's also holding down the top by ending this crony capitalism and this incestuous relationship between Wall Street and the White House. The stuff he's saying makes a lot of sense, and his positions are something that you know, ultimately the world is round. The extreme left and the extreme right kind of come together here against the establishment. And I think Sanders' candidacy could be very exciting. And it attacks Hillary in her most vulnerable part, which is her overwhelming dependence on big money. The same vulnerability that tied up Clinton in knots and Obama in knots, so that they all had to be beholden to Wall Street and to these entrenched special interests, basically to Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. When Goldman continued to give money, Morgan pulled back. Obama cracked down on Morgan, but left Goldman doing just fine. And Sanders wants to break this. So it's really worth following his candidacy. It's really got some very interesting potential to derail Hillary. Remember how Hillary lost in 2008. She was the presumed nominee. Everybody said it was going to be Hillary. And then this guy from the left who opposed the war in Iraq, named Barack Obama, came along. And everybody focused on him because of their disagreement over Iraq. And he mounted a left-wing challenge to Hillary that ultimately succeeded. And the model is there. There could be another left-wing challenge to Hillary, and the same old Clinton politics could wear thin even in a Democratic primary. Thanks for watching.